Welcome back to Tales from the Shelf. Going back to my roots a little bit with this one, Deep Red, another movie from Dario Argento. You might recall his movie Phenomena as my first ever review, and now I think it's time to do another one of his. Deep Red was Argento's fifth movie and his return to the giallo genre he helped popularize. By this point in time, the initial boom of that genre had really started fizzling out as everyone had tried to imitate his debut movie, The Bird with the Crystal Plumage. Deep Red is a fairly typical giallo, but everything is just perfected to a T, making for, in my opinion, the defining giallo movie of the 70s. The plot, like I said, is fairly typical for a giallo. A man witnesses a murder by a person wearing black leather gloves, and soon finds himself caught up in a conspiracy of lies and murder, as everyone involved becomes targeted by the killer. This is admittedly the plot for most of these movies, but with Deep Red, the mystery and suspense element is perfect. All the clues are slowly laid out before you, and it's up to you, yes, you, to figure out how they all line up. There's an underlying theme of gender norms and sexuality in this movie, something Argento would explore much more blatantly in his film Tenebrae. But here, it's a bit more subtle, and I kinda like that. It's not needed to understand the movie, but if you can pick up on the themes, it'll all make a little bit more sense. Deep Red also marked Argento's first collaboration with the rock band Goblin, who would work closely with him for the next decade and beyond from this point. The music in this movie is actually pretty upbeat and funky, which is odd when compared to the fairly morbid subject matter, but it's still good music. I found myself nodding my head a few times, even. It's worth noting that the version I watched here, released by Arrow Video once again, is a director's cut version of the movie, which runs about 22 minutes longer than the usual English release. This version does have the original English audio, but the new scenes never had any English audio recorded for them, so those scenes, when presented in the movie here, are still in Italian. It is a little disorienting, I will admit, hearing characters speak English and then randomly start speaking Italian. But it's also pretty funny, not gonna lie. And that's Deep Red. Honestly, not much to say about this one, just a really good giallo movie. If you're at all interested in this pretty niche subgenre, I think this is an excellent starting point.